Alright guys, my Gliscor here, and I'm bringing you the Week 6 team builder for BlazeTemplar and his Nebraska Noiverns. I'm sorry about not being able to record last week for the video, for the battle video. I was just feeling really under the weather and didn't get a time to be able to sit down and record the video. So I hope it wasn't too bad. I know the video was kind of laggy and it didn't look too great, but I did fix the issue that were in my settings with OBS. And everything's a lot better now. With the video that'll go up tomorrow will be lag free, and the video that'll go up Monday will be kind of not kind of laggy. It's more of when there's terrains and hail and weather effects all at one time. It does get a little spotty at times, but other than that, it's good. I promise. I did fix it. But yeah, let's look at his team real quick. He does have Mega Scissor, which can run one of few sets, can be offensive, defensive, whatever he really pleases. I feel like more in his team he would want to run it more like physically or specially defensive. Probably more specially defensive, considering that a lot of my only two fire types are specially based. So I had to make sure that I took that into consideration. Mammoth Swine can be a problem, which is why I did bring two levitating two mons that don't touch the ground, because as we've seen before, a adamant life orb mon can just completely run through our team, as we've seen week 1 with Landorus. Carl, he could probably scarf it for some sort of ancient power against ancient power for Volcarona, Ice Beam for Crobat. He could probably do whatever he really wants. And he does have a lot of leeway with that mon. Cofagrigus is just incredible mon. Pretty much uses Will-O-Wisp and set up Toxic Spikes, which is why I have two mons that have hazard removal. My only two mons that have hazard removal. And I can try to get rid of those Toxic Spikes. Can also get rid of rocks set up by Nidoqueen and Mammoth Swine. Alomomola, just an incredibly bulky mon. Has an incredible HP stat, can be defensive, can be specially defensive, like, can be pretty much anything. It can probably be mixed. It probably doesn't even need max HP investment to take a lot of hits. If it's max special defense and max HP, it is two-shotted by a Rotom though, so that's always a good thing, and I don't ever see him wanting to waste all his EVs on HP, because it's just a lot of HP that isn't necessary. Conkeldurr, I don't know what to say about that mon. That mon is just incredible versatility. It's really slow, which is something we can exploit, considering my team is all base 100s, and he only has two mons that touch base 100 and go above it with Gardevoir and Krogno. And Conkeldurr has Sheer Force, Iron Fist, and Guts, and all three of those sets just do an incredible amount of damage. Stone Edge, Fire Punch, Drain Punch, just Thunder Punch, like, it just does a whole bunch of damage, and there's not much I have for it. So I have to be really careful of that mon. Tyranitar, have some checks for it. I have two pretty much switch-ins for it, being Registeel and Hitmontop. But other than that, it's just an incredible threat if it is a Dragon Dance or some sort of Bandit or Scarf set. Amoonguss, which does complete his Regen Core, between Alomomola and Amoonguss, can Giga Drain, Spore, Clear Smog to remove like setup, which is why I wasn't too keen on bringing setup Manaphy, but we'll get into that later. He does have Bisharp, excuse me, and yeah, it can be Swords Dance, Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch does so much damage. Unfortunately, with the buff, it does miss out on some KOs it needs to do, but you can run Dread Plate to remove the, it didn't get buffed, it got nerfed, excuse me. But yeah, you just run Dread Plate and it removes the nerf in a sense, because now you have it back to base 80. It's like base 84, something like that. Gardevoir is a Z-Mon. Can pretty much use like Z Thunder, Z Psychic, Z Hypnosis to outspeed my whole team. Yeah, and I don't have a lot for it. But I know he's bringing his Regen Core, probably Conqueror, Mammoth his Mega, and that leads like either Bisharp, Nidoking, or Gardevoir. He might bring Gardevoir for some sort of speed ties with some of my mons, and that's why I wasn't too keen on bringing my own Gardevoir. I bring my own Gardevoir, and then he like gets Pixelate or something off like Trace, and then he has his own quote-unquote Mega Gardevoir himself, and it leaves me not being able to break enough walls that I need to. Sure, it could probably do a lot of damage with its Hyper Voice, but he does have a lot of Steel types with Mega Caesar and Bisharp. Bisharp is neutral though, but Alomomola takes a lot of hits from it. Pythagoras can take a pretty amount of good hits from it. I could have probably brought it, but I was really keen on getting hazard removal and trying to exploit that fire weakness that he has. Nidoking can set up rocks for both Rotom and Volcarona, so that's why we do have two forms of hazard removal. And we didn't bring any hazards of our own, so we can click defog without feeling that we need rocks up. So yeah, let's get into what I brought. I brought Registeel, of course, that's the name of it. Didn't bring Curse, Iron Head, Rest, Sleep Talk. He doesn't have any Steel resist outside of his own Steel types and his Water type. And other than that, Bisharp, if he does let me get really bulky with defense, he can't do much to me. Conqueror can't do much to me if I get enough defenses. I can just rest off any damage if he burns me with a Fire Punch, but if he is Sheer Force, he doesn't get to burn me, so that's always a plus. Yeah, the only thing I have to worry about is Mamoswine and Conqueror, really, and other than that, I can just take care. As long as Alomomola is gone, we're able to click Iron Head free at will with a couple of curses up. So that's probably what's behind the set. Just running max Spadef on this so we can take hits better from other things that we're not able to. Excuse me there, I had to cough. Really long-winded sentences. Also lets us take hits better from Earth Power on Nidoking. Does pretty much wall Gardevoir in any sense of any of its stab moves. It doesn't really have a good can run like Focus Blast maybe to hit Registeel, but other than that, it's only like a 3 KO unless he specs. On to the next mon, we have Choice Scarf, Rotom Heat. Of course, just enough speed to outspeed his whole team after, well, pretty much just outspeed Timid, Cryogonal, since that's the fastest mon on this team. Just a little bit HP, more especially defensive, because we want to be able to take hits from Alomomola and Amoonguss, so we can switch in on it. I really don't have a sort of sleep fodder, so it's gonna kind of suck with that Spore going around, and I was tempted, really tempted to bring Safety Goggles on something, because Safety Goggles ignores Spore, but I didn't know what didn't need an item, and I could run Safety Goggles safely. Pretty much got Volt Switch to get momentum in front of Alomomola, because a Volt Switch plus Giga Drain from Volcarona gets rid of it, unless it is incredibly specially defensive and HP invested. Then it doesn't work. But Thunderbolt two-shots it, and then trick is to give it to like a give a Choice Scarf to something that likes to set up, or something that is just wanting to wish around. And then a move that I didn't explain, but Overheat one-shots Scizor, one-shots Mamoswine, one-shots Cryogonal, one-shots Amoonguss, one-shots Bisharp, and has a chance to one-shot Nidoking if it's max HP. It pretty much blows up everything, and sure, we can't use it every turn, so we have to overheat and then switch out, which is kind of unfortunate, but I could run White Herb, I guess, to like remove it and be able to blast some more, but I don't have that leisure, wanting to be able to outspeed Cryogonal. So yeah, I feel like this set did a lot of damage. I was told I'm not able to use Rotom Heat correctly, so hopefully that this Choice Scarf Rotom Heat set actually works out. On to the next mon, we have Every Darn Step. The Crobat, pretty much trying to combat in bulkiness. It's not really too bulky, but it does have enough speed to outspeed timid Cryogonal. U-turn for some momentum. If he if he has his Amoonguss out there, we can just U-turn on it because I don't think he wants to stay in with it. Have Roost, because health is important in this battle. So, my bad. Defog to get rid of hazards that threaten Rhythm Heat and Volcarona, and Heat Wave, of course, just to exploit that fire. Sure, like it doesn't do a lot of damage, but it does one-shot Mega Caesar. It does a 2-shot against Mamoswine, but it does a lot of damage back with like Ice Shard and Icicle Crash. It does a good bit of damage to Amoonguss. It doesn't do more than a Brave Bird would, but I'd rather have a fire move over a flying in this matchup anyway. And does 2-shot Blast Sharp. On the next mod, we have Finland, the Tree Scarf Manaphy. Pretty much enough speed to outspeed his whole team outside of Cryogonal and Modest or Timid Gardevoir. I could run max speed on it just to speed tie with a Modest Gardevoir, but I kind of needed the little extra HP to take hits better. We pretty much have stab. We don't have stab. Well, we have the really good stab move, which hits half of his team, like Mamoswine, Nidoking, Tyranitar, and hits Cofagrigus. Cofagrigus. I don't even know how to say that mod, but it's throwing me off now. Like I keep saying it. Psychic to hit things like Amoonguss and Conkeldurr. Energy Ball 2 shots of Alomomola. Shadow Ball takes care of Cofagrigus and takes care of the Gardevoir. We don't have a move for Mega Caesar, but we do have 2 mons designated for it, so I didn't feel like wasting another coverage slot would be necessary. Keep coughing, my bad. I don't mean to be all sick, but I don't know why I still am. We have a Guava Berry Volcarona, pretty much Quiver Dancing up in front of pretty much everything on his team. Not much can stop me from Quiver Dancing. He doesn't have any like Whirlwind or Roar. He does have Tyranitar and Conkeldurr, which are immediate threats to me. Sucker Punch on Bisharp can be annoying. I was gonna run HP Fighting to take care of Bisharp, but I realized that Bug Buzz does about the same amount of damage. Probably not it's not a guaranteed one-shot, but after a 1 Quiver Dance, it is. And I'd probably end up Fire Blasting the thing anyway. Pretty much the speed investment is so after 2 Quiver Dance we're faster than Scarf Cryogonal, which could be a thing because Scarf Cryogonal can Ancient Power both Volcarona and Rhythm Heat, and if he ends up getting this boost, it can be really threatening. Fire Blast is to hit things that every mon that's pretty much weak to fire on his team, which is about half of his team. He does have I can Giga Drain up on Alomomola. If he's max specially defensive, Giga Drain is a 3-hit KO at plus hit. I think it's at +0. It's a 3-hit KO, and then if I start boosting, I can actually get more reliable recovery. If we get burnt from Scalds, so be it. It doesn't really bother me too much. If we get hit by 2 Scalds, we do pop the Guava Berry. If he has any special attack investment, it might be a little scary because he might end up 2-shotting me with Scald, or he might be packing some sort of HP Rock Tech for it. Who knows? And then Bug Buzz is just strong sab. I could probably run Swarm because of Bug Buzz, but I want to run Flame Body just in case he Mach Punches with like Conkeldurr, and we can switch in on a Mach Punch and burn him. If he's Guts, that's kind of hurts me in a sense, but I just prefer Flame Body over Swarm because Swarm is too situational, especially when we get down to 1/3 health or 1/2 health. When we get down to 1/4 health, we're just gonna heal back all the way up, so it's really pointless. On the last mon we have on our team, we have Hitmontop, running no attack investment, which we don't really need to one-shot a Tyranitar. A little bit of HP investment, enough speed to outspeed the Adamant Tyranitar. A lot of defense just to be able to take hits well. Close combat does one-shot Tyranitar, I already probably said that. Earthquake hits things like Nidoqueen and Amoonguss better than close combat would. Rapid Spin to get rid of rocks that might annoy things like Rotom. Pretty much half of my team from switching in. And Toxic to put things like Alomomola, Gardevoir, Tyranitar, Conkeldurr. Pretty much this whole team doesn't want to have a Toxic because they want to have the longest amount of life, just to annoy the crap out of us with wish passing and all this other sort of healing. So I need to keep my HP at the highest I can for this match. And sure, I don't have a lot of HP recovery, and I could probably honestly just get rid of Bug Buzz for Roost, which I'm about to do right now. I've changed this moves about 5 times. It was HP fighting, then I switched it back to Bug Buzz, and then I went into HP fighting, and then now it's just gonna be Roost. And you probably just got never mind, I muted it. So you guys can't hear Discord right now because I'm not on a call with anybody else. So just in case I did get a notification, you guys couldn't hear it, so you didn't hear it that time. But yeah, like I said, I need to keep my HP really high. Could have brought Tail Glue, Manaphy, but things like Clear Smog on Amoonguss threatened this thing. Giga Drain just did a lot to it anyway. And there was no point in trying to set up when Psychic does 2-shot it. Energy Ball 2-shots Alomomola. I feel like this set is just a lot better than Tail Glow. But, of course, in battle, if it doesn't work, I'm gonna feel like Tail Glow is better. Or be told that I should have ran Tail Glow. But yeah, so I really feel like we do have a chance in this match. We could unfortunately get like a really high turn count, and this battle might drag on for a really long while because of how like bulky his team is compared to mine. So hopefully I brought enough power to break a lot of his walls. So it's going to be an interesting one, and I can't wait to play it. Even though I'm 0-5, I really don't... I'm still going to put in effort, and I'm going to be trying my best to win. Of course, I'm not just going to fall over and just be like, okay, I lost. Let's start having fun. Like, I'm having fun building and trying. It's always a new experience to learn through a new league. I'm in other side leagues that I don't put on YouTube. This is the one mainly for YouTube. The other ones I do for just fun and just to hang out with a couple other friends and just have fun play Pokemon, which I love to do. But yeah, that is all for me. So if you guys did enjoy this team builder, please leave a thumbs up to let me know. I did go a little bit in depth. It's probably about like, I want to say like 16 to 20 minutes. So just let me know, like in the comments section below, do you guys prefer these longer team builders where I talk about each mon and I can try to see what I think he's gonna bring and sort of like that kind of stuff, or would you rather just what I did last week and try to go over my mons and just try to go through it because I wasn't really feeling good last week and I wanted to still post a video. But yeah, that is all from me. I am the Mighty Gliscor, the coach of your New York Gliscors, and I will catch you guys later.